Morning Ben, morning
Good
Chris.
morning.
How are we this fine day?
Very good, thank you.
Looking forward to another exciting day on this Spanish trip. We're graced by the presence of, as some might say, the brains of the operation.
Yeah, that's Chris.
Yeah.
I was going to say thank you.
Chris is the brains of the operation, definitely. Yeah.
Just give us an idea about the dynamic between you two then.
Yeah, so Chris actually came in as initially as an academy coach. We brought him in. We restructured the academy a little bit, and Chris came in as an academy coach. When obviously over the years, as you well know, I've done predominantly quite a lot of the training, but we just felt that we need a little bit of a change up. Different personality. He's a left footer, which definitely helps because my left foot isn't very good. So yeah,
Mine's not.
So yeah, it's Chris's overall role is, and this was always the way we wanted to shape it, was he really focuses on the transition age group. So we tend to work with bigger numbers. We tend to work with about five to six goalkeepers every day, but Chris really hones in on the younger ones within the group. So there's obviously big messages I deliver when we speak to Ains and Bodgy and people like that, but Chris really focuses on the individual development in particular and the younger players.
And you're still playing as well, not just coaching.
Yeah, so obviously the way when we said about me stepping up and everything, it was something that I knew I still wanted to play, and I was at Curzon Ashton at the time. Since then I've moved to Southport, so I've been there 2 years now. This has been my third season going in. So yeah, it helps. Obviously sometimes it can be tough as well, looking at two results on a Saturday. It's the first thing I'll check how Rovers have got on, and sometimes it's very rare that we have a weekend where both of us win. So you cherish them when they come, and then obviously on a Monday morning everyone's always quite invested in it, aren't they?
Yeah.
Of asking how I've got on. Which again,
it's been good. Sometimes it can, it really's generated a bit of interest with everybody, the chefs, people on front desk, and the coaching staff. Which it's been good. It's another layer. It's something else that, and the goalies as well, as the goalies are also take a real vested interest in it. So sometimes he joins in now and again, as you may be seeing yesterday, with differing success at times. But no, look, the club in general has really embraced it, but the goalkeepers also, which is really, really good.
Well, it can backfire obviously sometimes. If you might see in the session today, if we're trying to tell the goalies that something isn't as hard as we're saying it is, or we're giving them pointers, and obviously then they'll tell me to go in, and then I'll quickly show them that it probably is a lot harder than we're both saying. So
Do you find you get that? Are they pretty merciless? So on Monday morning they'll be like, "Oh,
yeah, very
see a
much
bit of your
so.
stuff from the weekend."
Yeah,
Yeah, they're quick to make judgment and pass comments.
Yeah.
So
I dread if the videos of the goals ever go up with the analysis. So yeah.
But is it good for you to sort of still be involved in that way, if you know what I mean, sort of as part of your development as a playing goalkeeper as well as a coach?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, me myself as a coach, it's been really good to learn from Ben, and he's helped me a lot with it. But at the same time, like I say, with the playing, just constantly growing my knowledge and trying to put that into play when I go into my games and everything. So no, I can have no complaints. I do feel like I've grown both as a goalie and as a coach over my time here, and that's all we can keep doing, but just try and improve, can't we?
How does it work between you two people? That's the sort of coaching dynamic, because you'll spend a lot of time together.
yeah, probably too much time at times, Neil.
I think someone said yesterday we're like a married couple.
Yeah, I'm always right.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, look, Neil, I think when we developed the role, and it was a role I was quite passionate about, Chris's role in particular, me personally wanted somebody who's different to my personality, which I think is very, very important. He can, the fact that he has played, and he's very, very modest, but he was at Everton for a long time. He can probably give me a slightly different perspective. So I'm looking at a session or a drill, or the goal is in one aspect, but Chris's perspective is a little bit different. So he can almost put a player's spin on. So being out here now in particular is a really good one for me. So we know the heat's a little bit is a challenge. We know the schedule and stuff like that's a bit of a challenge, so he's a very good sounding board in respect to the complexity of the drills, the how the weather's going to impact what the mood of the lads is going to be like day after games and so on and so on. So yeah, look, he's been excellent for me personally. He's been excellent for the goalkeepers. You know, we laugh and joke all the time when we're setting up at 8:30 in the morning, thinking I don't know how I did it on my own before. It feels like a bit of a dream, but no, personality wise we are very different. Our coaching styles are very different, but I would like to think that we complement each other, and I'd also like to think the goalkeepers see how it dovetails as well as.
I think you can see in the sessions, and we're going to have a look at one of them later on, we're going to come and see how it works, and you can explain a little bit more about it, you know, the sort of background
just make sure
to
the
each
camera's
session.
on him then. Yeah, make sure the camera's on him.
But they are lively, aren't they, when you go and you experience and you see these sessions and people see that later on? Is that a big part of putting those sessions on as well? You know, there are times when it is quite light-hearted as well, and good-natured is probably a better word,
I think
isn't it?
you see yesterday that you know, we had Bucko serving at one stage, Dean, the assistant manager, came in and served one stage. So I think people naturally they gravitate towards the goalies in the goalkeeping sessions. Because for that reason it tends to be quite light-hearted, very enthusiastic, very lively, as you say as well, but there's obviously a serious element to it as well, as, you know, we understand that you know, it's the prep is very important. It's very professionalised. That's one thing Chris has very much helped with, the professionalism of it. Not to say we were unprofessional previous, but it can allow us to have a different feel to the drills. But yeah, one thing that we do, which probably never is picked up on camera, sometimes some of the outfield players will go in goals as well, just to see actually how hard it is, and I think they come away having a slightly different level of respect for the goalkeepers thereafter. But no, look, it's we're very big on the environment. We have an excellent group of goalkeepers both here and back home, and we've always said that the strength of what we do in particular is in the group. There's no egos. They all have slightly different personalities. They're all different ages and stages. They're all different styles. But one thing we're very keen on is we have good people. And similarly, the manager is 100% supportive of what we do and how we do it. And we also take a lot of feedback from the goalies. You know, we appreciate that it isn't just about us constantly reinforcing and giving feedback. We also want feedback ourselves. You know, did they like this? What did they think of that? How can we progress things? So yeah, look, we're constantly learning as well, Neil. Like I say, the biggest strength of our group, in my opinion, is the age of the group, and I said this a couple of years ago. Some people can perceive it as a strength, some people can perceive it as an area to develop, but I genuinely think the age of our group, we're all still learning, myself, Chris, all the goalkeepers, but I think that in itself is a real strength of our group also.
Okay, to finish off with, one word to describe each other and why. I've got a few quick fire questions, but
pain in the arse. I know you can't put that out.
That's going to get bleeped, isn't it?
But like I say,
as a coach or as a person,
just one word. If you have one word to describe Ben, what would it be?
Intense.
Yeah, that's quite a good one. Yeah, he's been quite fair to me there, I think. With Chris, I would say caring. I think he
that's really cute.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Give a little hug.
Look, no, I say that because I think it's very important. You know, we live in each other's pockets for 250 days of the year of the season, and I think the game, the results can impact you quite a lot. So I think the fact that he's, when I say caring, I think stable as well as that's very important when you get the run of the results, win, lose or draw. What Chris is very good at is staying very level, but his caring and his detail is for everybody, not just an individual. So
I think that's when you say, like when you mentioned about the dynamic before of how it works, we talk about it quite a lot, don't we? And obviously Ben being the lead and the head, naturally probably you'll see he drives the standards a lot more. He'll probably be the one that stops and coaches and the detail of the goalies. Mine will be a little bit more, it's no point both of us stopping the session because otherwise you're never going to get any work done. So mine will be more as it's passing out as a drinks break, it might be
Smaller interventions.
Smaller interventions with it.
What he won't say is I'm generally. I want him to be good cop, and I want him to be bad cop and be bad cop, but he's always good cop. So I always look like the bad guy in everything. But
the one thing we say is if it's got to the point where I've lost my head, Ben definitely would have lost his head in the meantime. So we're just
stop there, draw the line there. It's gone too far.
So no, it's been really good. This is my 4th season now as well. So I think, as like you said, we're constantly learning, trying to improve, and hopefully everyone can see that the goalies are doing that as well, which is the main thing.
And what I was saying, Neil, as well, just to piggyback on that. You know, we are well aware of our responsibility at this football club. We have an amazing job at an amazing football club, and our the position that we coach, the shirt weighs very, very heavy at this football club because of the legacy the shirt wears. You know, there has been some amazing goalkeepers at this football club. We've been so lucky. Your Brad Friedels, your Paul Robinsons, your Tim Flowers, Shay Gibbon was obviously here for a period of time, and then when we think kind of more recently, David, Steely, Thomas as well as. So we're well aware of our responsibility and the responsibility that the shirt holds as well. And the pleasing thing is, Neil, the goalkeepers are also well aware of that responsibility. But I think it's an amazing club to be a goalkeeper at because of the legacy and because of the heritage that has. So
I feel like I'm going to bring the tone down because the next question was who's got the best banter. You got all serious on me for a minute there, and I've gone with that.
It's got to be me.
It's definitely me. Yeah, it's definitely me.
Okay, best biscuit or chocolate bar? I know that you like a bit of chocolate.
Yeah, the problem is, like,
meeting.
he goes through phases where he's had a Rivita like 3 weeks ago. So like I tend to provide the biscuits, but yeah, I mean for me, I really enjoy like a malted milk.
You said chocolate. You can't.
Oh, did you say chocolate bar? Oh, sorry.
Oh, it doesn't matter. That will apply.
Snickers
biscuit.
would be my chocolate bar.
So you can't pick a malted milk as your best.
Oh, I thought you said biscuit. Sorry.
Biscuit was in there. Biscuit or chocolate bar?
I'm a little controversial. I'm going to go Yorkie, raisin and biscuit.
Oh,
nice. That is a good choice.
You seriously can't put that out.
No,
I think a lot of people will back me on that.
I think you should do a poll, Neil. Snickers versus fruit and what was it?
Yorkie, fruit and raisin and biscuit.
That should be the question for the lads this
Yeah.
morning. See what they come back with.
I've never even seen this.
Settle this.
The purple packet.
Who's got the best football knowledge?
Oh, hands down, mate. And if you say that it's a crime against football if you say you.
It's definitely Ben. We'll play games like how many players can you name from this club, and they'll say some people, and I'll go, you've made him up.
Who's the best at Monopoly Deal?
I have to say.
I've won the most games.
He's brought it to the masses.
Yeah.
He's brought. I think we've had everybody playing at some stage this week. In fairness to him, he's brought Monopoly Deal to the masses.
We've even introduced it to the gaffer, and we was playing last night, and everyone's giving me stick for it, and I'm like, I haven't invented the game. It's like I've just literally introduced you to it.
What he doesn't say, Neil, is he has selective rules of it all, so he picks and chooses the rules that he tells people.
I'm just flexible with it to whoever players. I just keep them happy.
Was the gaffer any good at it, by the way?
Yeah, we won a game, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. And finally, and most importantly, who's going to win later on when the goalkeeping coaches take on the media team at Paddle?
Well, to be honest, Neil, I have to say you very much surprised the group yesterday. You and Scott Wharton, honestly, it was like Alcaraz and Sinner, it really was. So Chris and I are a little bit worried, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, Rob obviously goes to Wimbledon quite a lot. He's great. I'm sure he's in the Royal Box, Rob. But yeah, we're a little bit worried.
We are competitive though, so I think if you did this interview after Paddle and we lost, the tone
might be different.
Yeah, we won't be speaking.
If I lose, we lose, there is no interview after Paddle. That's it. It's just consigned to history. Yeah. I look forward to it, gents. Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.